the finish. On now to Superstox, the British Championship, where the Sparks will fly. Certainly in the Sparks family, where brother and sister Dawn and Gary Sparks from Felsham, Suffolk, are among the leading competitors. Gary, with many past successes, has had car problems. He'll be driving the spare car of Darren Innocent. His sister Dawn will be the first lady competitor in this particular race.
Dad used to race and he got us involved in it, so we thought we'd all have a go.
You're 22 now, but you've been involved for many years already, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I had 6 years in a Mini, 4 years in a stock rod, and I've done some banger racing as well. And I've only had just a year, not quite a year actually, in the Superstock.
Don't you feel a bit protective towards your little sister?
Well, I'm afraid to say, like we've always said through all the sports, if she's in the way, she gets it, and likewise, if I'm in the way for her, I get it. That's as simple as that. There's no friends out there.
And you abide by those rules as well,
Yeah,
do you?
that's right. That's the only way you can race, I think. There's no friends when you're out there.
So, down to business with Darren Innocent from Hatfield, the defending champion, and one of the obvious favourites. Sean Brooker from Braintree, Essex, has just started winning races here at Wisbech. And Adam Brand from Spalding has built up a strong record here. And so's John Mikel of Cambridge, but he's been having a hard time lately.
Well, with 33 of the top Superstocks lined up on the grid and 40 laps to come, we're all ready to go with this 1992 Avon Tyres British Championship. Final check of all of the grades, because they start this race in graded order, with the white tops at the front, then the yellow grade, then the blue grade, then the red tops, and then the Superstars right at the very back. So they're going to need every one of those 40 laps in order to try and work their way through this massive field. It's 711 who currently leads, Adrian Peck. A bit of a pile-up we've got down there on that bend. I don't know whether that's going to mean that the race is going to be stopped, but somebody's very sick right against the fence. Here's the 514 car of Adam Brand. Now, he, as I said last night, was really flying. He's already beginning to pick them off one by one and move through the field. And if he gets up towards the front, he's going to take an awful lot of catching, even by some of the top Superstars at the back. So let's just try and pick it up. Most of the problem on that bend now seems to be resolved, and the few cars that remain are jammed up against the safety fence. 514 is now third. So let's bring George Polly in here now. We saw Martin Brand, I'm going to say, that's his father's name, Adam Brand, really fly last night, and he's really got going early on in this one. He's right up behind the leader right now.
I think he's in for a good chance, Nigel. His father won this event a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, I think it was, and I think he's hoping to follow in the old man's footsteps.
And he's just gone through to take it up as George speaks. There we are, 514. Adam Brand is now the leader, 711. Adrian Peck is now in second place. Oh, in fact, there was a move into second place. It's 123 who, in fact, is in the leader. Snowy Crouch from Wisbech is, in fact, in the lead, just ahead of these two. So a gap of about 40 yards between this one here, 514, and the leader just ahead of him. There we are, that's the 123 car that's in the lead. 514 is second, and number 11, Dawn Sparks, is running in third place. So it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 4, 11, and then 6. There's Dawn Sparks from Bury St Edmunds. The first time, as far as I can remember, that a girl has ever driven in the Superstox British Championship. So at the moment she's doing very well, holding on to a third place, I think, at the moment. And at the moment it's still 1, 2, 3, and 514's not making too much impression on him at the moment, is he? 1, 2, 3 is going well.
No, he's going very well. I think the little incident at the beginning of the race, when a lot of the star drivers at the back got held up in that shunt, has definitely given him a good buffer. He hasn't got to worry, he's just got to go fast to catch the boys at the front now. I don't think he's got any problem coming up behind him. It's him to go forward, I think, now. Yeah, 88, Darren Innocent, I'm looking at a bit further back, is some way back. Here we are, he's some way back. He's the guy who's really the on-form driver, reigning world champion, European champion, British champion in 1991, and defending title holder here today. But he, as George said, got held up in that pile-up, and of course 514's got a good run, and there's something like a third of a lap, between a third and a half a lap now, between 514 in second place and the rest of the sort of major pack that are after them. And this is the man that they're all chasing, 1, 2, 3, and if unless something fairly dramatic happens, 123, Snowy Crouch from Wisbech, the local lad, is really going to
is really going to stay there all the way. We're running out of laps now. We're up to 31 laps gone. Still 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 4, 11, 6, 33 and 88 is the order. In second place has got 1, 2, 3 cars, 5 cars between him and the leader, and no, he's making no impression on 1, 2, 3, and 11 and 6 are not making much impression, but 11 and 6 they're getting closer together. Here Dawn Sparks is going to be under a little bit of pressure from Terry Pithers in the moment. There indeed comes the bumper, and here's the leader slowly piling it on. He really is looking very cool, calm and collected, is 1, 2, 3, isn't he, George?
He is.
Snowy Crouch. He hasn't got to worry too much about picking the others off.
The gap is getting closer, though, between Mr. Brand at the back there, chasing hard through the traffic. I think the gap is getting smaller, Nigel.
But that's mainly, I think, he's getting held up a little bit by the traffic. Yeah, the gap is definitely getting smaller, but the number of laps left, there's only 4 more laps to go. 6 has moved ahead now. And this is the number 6 car of Jeremy Brown. Dawn Sparks wide there, absolutely wide. Left the door wide open, George.
Yeah, it's not the thing to do, really, Nigel.
Yeah, she was too wide, and 6 came through to move up 1, but that hasn't altered things up front, although they're taking rather closer order now. As the lap boards are going out, 1, 2, 3 is clear. 5, 1, 4 is still there in second place with 2, 3 back markers between him and the leader. But there's only 1 more lap to go as they come around this time, and it's looking very much now as if 1, 2, 3 Snowy Crouch is going to take this. Inside this final lap, we've got 1:23 now, down the back straight for the last time. Here we come, round the turn. The checkered flag is at the ready. The new British champion at Snowy Crouch in 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 4. Adam Brand is second.
So in the end, plenty to celebrate for Norfolk and Suffolk. Snowy Crouch the winner with Adam Brand second, and Dawn Sparks who finished a gallant 5th.
I got a good start, and 1 or 2 people tried to get him away a little bit, but on the whole it was a fairly easy drive. It was a fairly easy drive. I expected it a bit harder than that.
Oh, that was hard work. My arms were getting weak. I thought, Jeremy, don't hit me too hard because I'm going to lose it if I weren't careful. But I tried my hardest.
There's a lot of people out here with a lot of money. They're spending thousands and thousands, you know. Well, we put mine together on a shoestring, and it proves you don't have to spend the money on them.
Confirmation then of Snowy Crouch's victory with Adam Brand, another local man, second, Jeremy Brown third, Kevin Shanbrook fourth, and an exhausted Dawn Sparks fifth. Still to come, the Hot Rods, the Euro Cup Championship, and the Saloon Stocks, where contact is not only permitted, it's obligatory.